Hi Michael, I just wanted to go over a few of the scenarios that I went through to see how we can make the deal work at the current requested price, asking price. So I just wanted to show that to you. This first column is based on the pro forma or all the actual data that you sent me. So if I put the say current purchase price in there, assume no renovation, and with the since it's stabilized, we can get a loan at 20%. I'll put 25%. But even with that, you can see the debt coverage ratio is below 1.3, which usually most actual lenders like, or actually most banks that I ever worked with, they never go below 1.2.5. So that it has that issue right off the bat. Now, if even we go over that, the expenses seems to be low for that size building. Usually, it should be around close to 50%. So I'm not quite sure exactly what's missing, but this is a bit strange. I still have to talk to the underwriter just to see what if this is something that he also caught. The 28% is very, very low for that size building, for that age building as well. Anyway, so what I had to do, get some of the numbers from Midwest. What are the average? The tax obviously looks right. You already had the tax bill and I checked it, so that's no issue with that. The insurance seems to be low, so I just got the average from Midwest what the insurance costs are. I can still go and confirm this from my insurance company, but usually it's about 0.007% of the purchase price to basically cover the asset value. The contract services was fine, it's pretty accurate. The trash removal, again, for Midwest is about 200 per unit. Something we can discuss later. Then we get the legal fees. I didn't see that. It was very, very little. That was a bit strange as well. It's usually about 150 Midwest, but I put 100 per unit for the legal, for the underwriting. And then those are things that usually the lenders look for, at least all the lenders that I've worked with in the past. And then we get repairs and maintenance. Repairs and maintenance, they typically want 10% underwriting for the bank and the investor. That's typical, but I left it at 7.9%, just like the way you had it. Now, the management 5% is a bit low if there is no office. Since we're planning to take the office out and rent it, the management companies that I quoted this, it basically we use Appfolio, or Buildium software, and that allows them to not have an office. So usually they typically charge about 8% with no payroll. So I'll put that all in there, and it's about 39%. So two main issues we need to discuss. For the current one, I don't see if any bank would loan. I mean, I'm still gonna contact the underwriter because you said he's also a lender. So I'd be surprised if they're willing to loan at this rate. To add to that, the renovation, for us to be able to increase it to the market, which is around 800 per unit, we have to, since it hasn't been renovated for 18 years, these were the renovation estimate that Rose Construction came up with. So the total comes out to about 475,000. So obviously, once I add that into the equation, so the offer I just added it over here. Once I add the renovation into that, the investor return, it becomes negative. Even if I don't charge any acquisition fee or asset management fee. or capital transaction fees. If I take all my fees off, the returns are still become negative. So I think the price might be too high. I don't know if you got any offer on this price, but I don't see it working for the bank or the investor. Yeah, take a look at this analysis, and then we can talk a little bit more. All right, bye.